Oh, good evening out there. Well, the sun has slowly made its way down once more, and we can finally get comfortable and have a chat. My name is Eddie Booze, and this is Exit the Matrix. Throughout my life, I have traversed my share of rabbit holes, and like many of you out there, I have seen and experienced some things that I simply cannot explain. I invite you all to consider that this world may not be exactly what we've been told it is, and that maybe, just maybe, we haven't even scratched the surface of the truths that lie before us. That being said, I'd love to introduce my guest for this day in history, in American history. Exit the Matrix welcomes Mr. Joel David Reed once more. How you doing, my boss?
Hey.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to be here in the year of our Lord 2025.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You don't say. All right, so let's move on. We're going to continue with our cryptid talk. We were talking about cryptids the last few episodes. We talked about the Gimlin Patterson footage. I just wanted to hear Joel's thoughts on, if he thought it was real or whatever.
It's real enough.
Real enough.
It's a real movie that really got made.
It really did get made. And where is the second dude? You know what I mean? I think he's in the costume.
Come on.
If one is Gimlin and one is Patterson, I think this was my big takeaway from it is, how did two dudes take the photo? And if we're walking and I just randomly catch a photo of Bigfoot, I'm not giving Joel credit for half of it. I'm not saying Joel was the one who set the tripod up for it. Fuck that.
Hey, screw you, man. This is a union gig, all right?
No,
I'm first AC.
If we're hiking, if we're just out chilling,
that's why you got credited.
And hiking, and I'm like, dude, look at this picture I took, and you're like, you're gonna give me credit for that, right? I'm gonna be like, dude, what are you, insane? I was off hiking, bro. I was in a river, and this giant thing was. I thought it was you. You know what I mean?
No, I was right there the whole time.
Yeah, in the suit. Exactly. So,
someone set up the lights and pulled focus.
Right, and then we talked about some of our favorite, actually we wanted to save that for a different episode, but we talked about some of the most well-known to some of the most forgotten cryptids, which was cool. I liked that episode. That was really fun because we talked about some stuff that I had never heard of before, and one of my favorites was the Mongolian Death Worm.
Yeah,
just
dude.
a recap, dude. That's cool.
I actually just saw an anime that was watching an anime. Dan had a Mongolian death worm in it.
Okay.
It was interesting.
So for you guys who don't know what a Mongolian death worm is, this thing is, I can't remember, it's 2 to 5 feet or inches long. I think it's feet. 2 to 5 feet long. That's a lot. That's big. It's like a snake. And it is, apparently it shoots electrical plasma. It spits electrical plasma on you. So that's crazy.
Its venom is a taser.
I thought that was nuts. I was like, but here's the thing: is it that one feels real because eels are real?
Yeah.
Because eels will shock you. So why not having something that can charge something that it's mucus?
So
that'll stay charged for maybe a few moments at least. That doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility. By the way, Marvel, get on that. I'm just kidding.
Actually, no. I'd rather Image or Vivid Comics get on this because then we'll actually get the dark, gritty character we deserve.
Or but no, is it Valiant? Is Valiant or is it Variant?
Oh, God.
Which one is it? There's
man, had you not asked me, I could have told you.
There's a new comic book company. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's one of the other. I can't remember now either.
I can't remember either.
It's one of those the minute you ask someone,
right?
I don't know. Well, no. Okay, so you think the Mongolian death worm? So there's
the best.
There's snakes and then there's water moccasins. So there's electric eels and this is the land eel.
This is the one, but it's cool because it's like a graboid from Tremors.
Yeah,
but only
totally.
Smaller.
Well, the one
you know what I mean, and it shoots electricity, dude. Tremors, dude. Next, we're all right.
Okay,
call
wait.
me, all right?
No. The Mongolian...
Have Bert give me a call. All right. Well,
A Mongolian
Burt
Iron
Gummer-
Age version of trimmers, but they're also electric.
see, but they spit electric. They're
Yeah, yeah.
not electric.
No,
They
yeah,
spit electric.
They spit electric.
So that's a whole different thing because you have a projectile. You know, that is a whole nother thing.
That actually is.
You know what I mean?
It's literally
that's
a
the
taser.
difference of me having a knife or me having a gun. Do you see what I'm saying? What's more dangerous? You know,
I don't know how close are
the
you.
gun. You know, but the eels. So like, okay, so an eel has to touch you. So like that's like
The
stabber. You know
this
what I mean?
one secretes stuff and can like.
And this one's
project.
the shooter. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Mongolian death worms are badass, dude. And I refuse to believe that they're not real, okay? After just exploring what they were. And then there was another one that I really liked. I can't remember what it was, though. It was... Well, give me one of your favorites while I look this up and see which one it was.
One of my favorites. Okay, so one that I've actually been like hearing a lot more witness testimony, if you will, of like little people, like not like
Little people?
not like little
Bro,
people.
we had Bridget the Midget.
No,
We have her in here all the time.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
You're
like
a fucking
like no like
racist
okay.
or
So the
something,
Native
dude.
Americans called them the Pukwudgie, and I was talking about this before the cameras rolling last week. But also like no, I'm talking about like
I know, bro.
like
I'm
the
just kidding.
borrowers,
The Flatwoods Monster.
Flatwood Monster's interesting.
Okay, but keep going about the little people first.
But
I want
like-
to finish that conversation first.
well, so it's like
They're like duendes.
yes,
Duende.
Yeah.
Right? Like a what are they called? No, like a real gnome type
yes,
thing.
yes,
Dude, I've seen crazy ass videos of those dudes in
See, that's
Mexico.
what I'm talking about. So
I know what the hell you're talking about, bro. I'm with you. We're on the same page.
Yeah, but there's the Native American the Algonquin called them the Pukwudgie.
The Algonquin.
And there's a lot of things of like they'll lure you into stuff. There's this one
Like
testimony.
skinwalkers when they're calling for your help
Yeah,
in the
but
woods.
there's one. I was listening to the podcast.
I almost feel like a
Lore.
duende would be even like scarier because like. Why not? Because the
they'll
skinwalkers
swarm
are like,
you. No,
because
you
the
can see the
skinwalkers
one-
are like, we'll be sitting there just like naked, like facing away from you, just going help, 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 and then you walk up to it, and you know,
Yeah,
then
no.
you know what happens.
Well, no. So
but duendes are,
but there's
I don't know,
There's a
little crazy little killer gnomes. Are they killers?
That's
Are
the
they
thing.
evil?
Okay, so there's this guy who
Or are they
said
like
that
leprechauns and they're magic, and if you
there's-
catch one, they'll give you something.
well, a guy was walking his dog. And
Wishes?
his
Do they get
German
wishes?
Shepherd. And his dog started freaking out, and he saw this little dude, and it said something to him. And
Did
it
his
said,
dog get the wishes?
He said, "Kier, iwachu."
I heard that. I saw that.
And it took him all night to realize later he was freaked
We
out.
want you.
We come here. We
We
want
want
you.
you.
Like
Yeah.
that. It's like no. I'm not. I can't speak your language, but I
Right.
know what sounds to make to lure you here.
You know what's funny? I'm not sure if I remember seeing that or if you told me that.
I think I told you that like a few months ago.
You might have.
But
I think that's
still,
like
that still freaks me out
Yeah.
a little bit. It's like I'm not human, but I know how to at least use the right sounds to lure you into the woods.
See, I don't know, dude. Like that's
It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, those are see. It's the ones that lure you that definitely trip me out a little bit. That make the hair on my arm stand up. You know what I mean?
Remember in like the second Jurassic Park when the little Compy, the little one, I don't remember the full technical name of it.
Right.
Like
Well,
swarmed that little girl. That's
right.
what I'm afraid of. Is like you just see one little dude and it's like, okay, you're 2 feet
Then you
tall.
got a
Maybe
fucking bunch of them. Nah, I think one is enough.
getting swarmed by pygmies with spears would
One
be
is
terrifying.
enough. One little magical creature to deal with is enough. I don't want to deal with because you know they're magical.
Absolutely.
There's no way that isn't magical. All right. So I wanted to get back to this, though. The Flatwoods Monster.
Mm-hmm.
This was the thing that made me trip out the most, okay? So because, listen, it's a 10-foot tall entity. And now, Joel said something in the last episode that, like it was like a no moment, you know? And this is a 10-foot tall entity with glowing eyes, a spade-shaped head,
Yeah, what even?
and a robotic lower half encountered by children in 1952. Now check this out. The notes say that it may be an alien or tech-based entity, and that witnesses reported nausea, probably from radiation. Now, here is the thing. Joel said, and I totally agree. And I thought the more I thought about it, the more I was like, this is dude, you hit the nail on the head with this. It's Dr. Doom.
That's Dr. Doom.
Shut the fuck up for a minute.
Sorry,
Let me
man,
fucking
I'm
talk.
Just so excited. It's just funny. I can't not laugh. I'm sorry.
Dude.
I'll shut up.
All right. Let the host for a minute.
My bad.
And then guest. And then say, yeah,
Know
man,
my
I
place.
thought it was Dr. Doom, bro. That's why I told you that. So you said that. He jumps out in front of me. Dr. Doom, guys. It's Dr. Doom. Are you 6? Fucking... All right, dude. All right, so the other one... I really do think that you... No, you're fine. I'm kidding, bro.
No.
But I really do think that you nailed that. I'm just be honest with you. When you said that, I was like, no, that's Dr. Doom. And think about it, though. Really think about that for a second. Just, if you didn't know what that looked like, that character looked like in 1952, and that's what a description of Dr. Doom would read like from 1952. A 10-foot tall entity with glowing eyes, a spade-shaped head, the robotic lower half, encountered by children in 1952. Maybe alien or tech-based entity. Like, that's fucking Dr. Doom, bro. And wasn't there something about, like, I think I actually, like, looked this up further. Yes, but there's green that has to do with, like, dude, okay, tunic. Yeah, it said... Shadowy or robotic, often described as wearing a dark green metallic dress. Stop it. Get out of here. Stop it.
Do you wonder if that's where the inspiration of Dr. Doom's look came from?
Maybe.
Because I always thought about this, like in Back to the Future.
Stan Lee, you fucking genius.
Like in Back to the Future when he's like, I'm Darth Vader from planet Vulcan. You know that, like... Later
I take
on,
it back, Joel.
No. Later on, when if the dad just heard the name Darth Vader, he'd probably shit himself. So I really wonder if any of those kids that ever encountered this thing later saw the comics of Dr. Doom and like, that's the thing. I wonder if that actually. I want to know.
They were like 40 years old when Doom came out and they first saw the comic and they're like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. When did Doom come out? What year did Dr. Doom premiere?
The Fantastic Four was Marvel's first family, and I believe it came out in the late 60s, early 70s.
Dr. Doom premiered in April of 62. So 10 years later. 10 years later, they saw a comic book and said, no, bro. So they were kids in 52, and then they were like, what, 20 and like...
Probably like...
In their teens?
Probably 16.
17, 18. Yeah, 10 years later. To read the comic and they saw their comic and they go, oh my God.
That's
that had to have been... And think about that. Like, the Flatwoods Monster... Dude, you're onto something, bro. You nailed this.
See,
I'm telling you. Okay,
crazy.
Joel nailed this. All right, so the Flatwoods Monster was described in an encounter, and whoever created... Stan Lee, did he create the Fantastic Four? And did he create Doom?
He's one of them, yeah.
Okay, so whoever created Doom had read about the Flatwoods Monster, for sure. For sure. And they said, we're going to create this thing. Oh my gosh, it's going to look like this. It's going to have a green metallic dress. You know, spade-shaped head, the whole deal. I mean,
it really could have just been a dude. It could have just been some dude in like some cheap robot outfit.
I thought that was such a good observation, bro. All right, check this out. We're not going to do a very long episode today. Today's episode is only going to go like 10 or 15 more minutes tops because I have another episode we're doing, and then me and Joel are going to do another episode right after that. So, but we're going to come back to this because I have pulled up a little bit about the types. So, talking about cryptids, I think we should throw in aliens into this category.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's just really quick run down a couple of things about the types of aliens that we know of that have treaties with world leaders.
Yeah.
In this on Earth. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll talk just briefly. I just want to kind of go over briefly about this. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to do this really quick. Types of aliens. This is in UFO/conspiracy lore, but here we go. The Greys. Zeta Reticulans, okay? The appearance, they're very small, they're gray-skinned, large black eyes and thin limbs. These are the aliens we know from movies. Fire in the Sky, you see those types of the gray aliens, okay? They are known to be from the Zeta Reticuli star system. And their reputation is known for abductions, genetic experiments, and telepathic communication. Their involvement. They have had alleged secret treaties with the U.S. government. For example, the greedy the Greta Treaty, exchanging tech for abduction rights. And then we have the Nordics, the tall whites or Pleiadians. The appearance is tall, human-like, blonde hair, blue eyes. Their origin is the Pleiades star cluster. The reputation is peaceful, spiritual, anti-gray, actually. And some say they try to warn us about nuclear dangers as well. Now, their involvement, they were claimed to contact with Eisenhower and other world leaders, and they refused to share tech unless nukes were dismantled. It's obviously that they're for peace and against war, and they kind of want things to be moved forward on a technological level or on a peaceful level.
It's theorized that that's where solid-state transistors came from.
Interesting. From the Pleiadians.
I
The
believe so.
Nordics.
Yep.
Okay, then we move on to the reptilians, draconians. The appearance is they're large, scaly, humanoid reptile creatures. Their origin is Alpha Draconius star system, and their reputations are very aggressive. They're manipulative. They're hierarchical, allegedly infiltrating governments and elites. And their involvement, they're also said to control shadow governments, royalty, and secret societies, such as the Illuminati and things like this. Also, reptilians in general, from my understanding, have been also known to be to have taken up residence in Agartha. And Agartha is, for those of you who don't know, Agartha is the hollow earth inside the earth. Okay, and then we have the insectoids, the mantids. The appearance is praying mantis-like beings, very tall, telepathic. Their origins unknown, possibly extra-dimensional. Their reputation is to oversee abduction programs, possibly the leaders of the Greys. Now, their involvement is they have rare direct contact, and they've seen during deep abduction experiences. Okay. So now, I just want to kind of just briefly touch on some of these world leader connections and alleged treaties. President Eisenhower allegedly met with aliens at Edwards Air Force Base in 1954. According to whistleblowers, the Nordics offered peace, but he signed a tech-sharing deal with the Greys instead. Not good as far as what we've been reading here, as far as the Greys being hostile towards humans or looking for
more instigator.
And but that's what they're talking about. They're talking about sharing the tech. You share tech with us, we give you abduction rights to our people. That would be the Greta Treaty, the Greada Treaty. Look that up, you guys. Let us know what you guys think in the comments about that. The Vatican, according to some researchers, has secret knowledge of alien life and may have its own observatory tracking extraterrestrial activity. Now, I'm not sure how many of you guys know this, but the Vatican owns one of the world's largest telescopes called Lucifer, actually. They called it Lucifer, which is very weird for the Vatican. What the fuck are you doing, Vatican? And this telescope is actually in Arizona. Let's go.
Arizona?
Yep. It's in Arizona.
Wait.
They own the Lucifer telescope in Arizona.
I'm tired of foreign entities owning stuff in this country. I'm sorry.
China owns a lot of. I know, me too, dude. Like, no, dude, get all the foreign interest out, dude. Get them all the foreign interest out of here. America first, homie. America only.
That's my Apache talking.
That's right, dude. I welcome you, homie. All right, so UN insiders like Paul Hellyer, former Canadian Defense Minister, have openly stated some world leaders know about multiple alien races and collaborate with them secretly. Dude,
not surprising.
There has been multiple instances, not just, over the last 5 to 10 years, where multiple of world leaders from different governments have come out and said, yes, we've made deals with extraterrestrials. This is not new. No. And I'll look that up and we'll talk about that in the next episode when we come back. Yeah. We're going to go over this in great detail in the next episode.
Yeah, this is fun.
And we're going to talk about the actual people who have had these instances, who have, the world leaders and I'm going to get footage.
Yep.
I'm going to download footage. We're going to watch some footage of these leaders coming out and saying, we are making deals, we are doing this with these leaders from other races. And I'm talking about extraterrestrial races. Okay? I'm not talking about, ethnicity here. We're talking about literally outer space. All right? So, check this out. Secret facilities like Dulce Base in New Mexico are rumored to house joint human-alien underground labs, especially involving Greys and reptilians. So the Dulce Base in New Mexico. So, there's some weird mountains. There's some weird places in Arizona and New Mexico. I love New Mexico, but
beautiful, very,
very strange places, both in both those states. I think we should do a little research. We should go travel, dude. Let's do it. Let's go take a
I'm
drive.
so down to take a
road trip,
a company outing.
Let's do it. Let's take the cameras. Let's go out there and do it. All right. Lastly, just to give a few of the, I just wanted to touch on Area 51 and Bob Lazar.
Oh, for sure.
Just real quick. Area 51 in Nevada, a top secret U.S. military base officially acknowledged in 2013. Bro, think about that. How long it was there and obvious before they acknowledged it in 2013. This was long rumored to house reversed engineered alien craft, dead or living ATs, in advanced propulsion research. Now, Bob Lazar was rumored to work there. He was a whistleblower who claimed in 1989, and his story has never changed till this day. He says he helped reverse engineer a gravity-based propulsion system from an alien craft.
How do you think we got the SR-71 Blackbird?
Well, his credibility is debated, but Element 115, which he referenced before its official discovery, lends intrigue to his claims. Not sure if you heard about that, but Element 115, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Lazar describes seeing 9 different alien crafts with at least one still active. Okay, now just to summarize,
that's kind of freaking awesome. Let's just like.
Yep. And now just to summarize the alien types, Greys, they're from Rosetta Ticuli. They're known for abductions and tech trade. And they've had a U.S. treaty called the Greada Treaty and Area 51. They're also known to be with Area 51. The Nordics from Pleiades, they're known for warnings and peace. And they've been in contact with Eisenhower.
Personally, I think those... I have a theory on those. We'll get into hot
There's
takes
the
later.
reptilians, the Alpha Draconis, control, infiltration, and elite manipulation. The Illuminati, or they're known
Lawful
to be
evil
Illuminati.
alignment.
And the Mantids, unknown origin, overseers, telepathy, abduction, hierarchy. So,
and they have
guys,
something to do with the Greys too.
Right now, Joel.
Yes, sir.
Before we end this episode, I got just a couple of questions for you.
Man.
If we are out of these 4, which one do you think is the most dangerous? Do you think we're looking at possibly because obviously the Pleiadians are positive. Do you think that we're looking at potential issues with Greys being the most dangerous, or you think you're looking at potential issues with like the Mantids or the reptilians? I think the reptilians and the Greys are both not the greatest,
right.
But I would say reptilians in a heartbeat have got to be the most evil pricks out there. I would, if we're gonna talk about the 4, I think go ahead.
If we're gonna if we're gonna,
but
talk,
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
So I'm just gonna go.
Maybe the Mantids are just in the shadows making everything happen.
I think the Mantids are up to something. Hold on. I'm again, if we're gonna talk about them, like they're real, and let's just assume.
Right.
You know.
We only got about 4 minutes left in this episode.
I think the Mantids, because we know that they have something to do with the Greys based on certain testimonies.
That's what they're saying. They're saying they're like behind it.
I think the Mantids.
They're sending them.
Well,
sending the Greys.
I think
the Greys are doing their dirty work for them. The Greys are the little bitches.
I think the Greys are the more human hybrids that they're sending here because they're going to be a little more close to home and what they would think is more comfortable for us to work with. But I think that's probably the human hybrid of them.
All right.
Same with the reptilianoids.
Interesting.
That probably was a...
Well, it feels like... Okay, there's 2 things here I got to say about that. I feel like the reptilians are shapeshifters. I feel like the reptilians can embody like a human... or somehow can distort our view of them to make them look like people, because we see too many of these instances where like we're seeing people like blink from the side, like the guy from Rammstein, you know what I mean, like in the middle. Have you seen that video?
Yeah,
bro, like, dude. And there's a couple. There's way more.
Have you ever seen someone who's got like that weird little hole, like a hole in their tongue that looks like it's meant for shooting venom?
Right,
and you're like, wait,
exactly.
What?
Yeah. So there's certain things. I feel like reptilians are also shapeshifters. I feel like they're definitely not of this. There's something there, but I feel like the Greys, I've always felt like the Greys are maybe humans from the future who have maybe come back to see like where we went wrong. Maybe like technology got too good, telepathy started becoming a thing, you know, with all the Neuralink stuff, and like we stopped using our bodies. That's why they got all non-muscular, and that's why their brains got bigger. It's like maybe we just adapted, like, you know, it's like, or maybe they're even from outside the ice wall. You know, maybe they're from another continent.
I think they've been around longer than we have.
Maybe they have, but if they have, that would make them older than us, dude.
I know, and that's why they've evolved into that.
Okay,
they're trying to.
So my point is that yeah, but okay.
Sorry.
If they're from the future and they see that they've went wrong somewhere and they no longer have muscle mass, they no longer have the ability to do anything else, and they've wiped their planet out nuclearly or something like that. Is that even a word? Nuclearly? in a nuclear holocaust. If they have done that, you know what I mean, and they come back to see where they went wrong or what they could fix or whatever, and it would make sense to like why they're maybe doing some of these abductions, and like, you know, maybe there's, because we only have the last 5,500 years of human history, but how long have humans been around? 200,000 years. So what, we only have like a tiny fraction of like written human history. Like we could have had giant like periods where there were like 30,000 years of crazy tech, you know, and just destroyed, we don't know how, you know, by us or, you know, outside cataclysm or natural cataclysm or whatever, you know. It could have been any number of things, but you know, we don't know. That's my point. My point is that we only have the smallest little bubble of information in human history, and I think there is something we're missing. You know, I think we're missing something, you know, and I think that there's an infinite amount of possibilities that the Greys could be, the Pleiadians could be, and the reptilians could be. Now, with all the reports that we have, I would say that, you know, we want to be weary of the reptilians and don't get abducted by the Greys. And if you see a Pleiadian, I guess you're on the right track, maybe. I don't know, maybe you're on the wrong track because he's coming to warn you.
Very respectful.
Yeah, be very respectful.
That's all.
But yeah, I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, man, that's about all I got for this. You know, we're gonna go into great detail about this a little further. I actually do think the Greys might be from beyond the ice wall too. I think there's more continents outside. I think we believe we live on a geocentric model, not the heliocentric model. I don't think we're a ball spinning through space. I think we are the center of our known universe and everything revolves around us. And I believe that there is the ice wall, and I believe that there are more continents outside that ice wall. And I like there's maps, there's ancient maps of this, you know, and I think that the Greys may be coming from outside there. You know what I mean? Maybe some of the stuff we're seeing and some of the external, you know, forces we're seeing are coming from outside this ice wall. We'll go into a lot more depth about that on the next episode here. So, Joel and I will be back with our cryptid and alien talk and our ice wall talk very shortly here. But you guys, I just want last thing I wanted to thank Joel for being here today. I really appreciate you, brother. I absolutely love you. And number two, guys, I wanted to remind you all the thing I always remind you at the end of every episode, that we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, not the other way around, you guys. So with that being said, my name is Eddie Booze, and this has been Exit the Matrix. We love you guys. Take care.